I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
So you had a hard breath there.
I know.
Were you about to intro the show?
I chose violence today.
You did. You came in hot. I was like, go for it. I just wasn't expecting it. Listen, after your day,
it's going to be one of those episodes I can tell because one, we're recording at night,
yes,
which is always just a little unhinged.
Yes,
it's always like a teensy bit unhinged when we record at night. Plus, Cassie and I are together. Mm-hmm. I am currently on my second glass of wine,
yes,
and Christina is recording remotely. So the dynamics are interesting. We're getting off to an interesting start, and actually, Christina, I have not seen either of these things, but Ren Fair is now on my list because you brought it up last episode or the episode before. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to Daily Zeitgeist today, and the guest that they had on was talking about another documentary. So I have a documentary recommendation for you. Ooh. I'm going to need you to
I know exactly
pre-screen for us.
Okay.
It's the same people who did Ren Fair, and it's called Sperm World.
It is actually funny enough on my list because the people that did Ren Fair actually I don't know if they produced it or what, but it's the Safdie brothers.
Oh my God. Okay, so hold on. The Safdie brothers are the ones who did Ren Fair as well? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. Their movies give me anxiety.
Dude, there's
Uncut Gems made me uncomfortable.
The way the guy was talking about like some dude just pulling up to a fucking minivan with a cup of fucking sperm,
a cup of
and
splooge.
A big gulp. I was like, no.
Well, they said that one of the guys gives his interviews like with like his big gulp in his hand and like a cup of sperm like off to the side. I'm like, we don't need. No. We know what it looks like. No. Everyone knows what it looks like.
We don't.
It looks like Mod Podge. We don't need to see it.
Oh my God.
Way to ruin Mod Podge for me.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to decoupage again.
No.
My lifelong love of decoupage is over.
I love decoupaging.
Done now.
I love arts and crafts.
She done.
I feel like we don't do enough arts and crafts as adults.
Oh, I
think that's half the problem.
Oh, I certainly do.
I crochet.
I crochet.
Yeah.
Crochet because it's addictive.
Yeah.
I totally do. I paint.
Oh, you do? Yeah, you actually do.
Yeah,
you do stuff.
I draw sometimes.
I watch documentaries about people pretending to be in Ren Fairs and...
they're not pretending.
Oh,
Christina, in fairness, they are in it.
Speaking of weird things, because anytime I think about hobbies, I think about house hunters, and they're like, I sharpen pencils for a living.
Yeah,
and one person's like, and I herd cats. You know,
and then they're like, our budget is $3.5 million. Right? Yeah.
So I was like, I think that Chris and I are going to reach out to House Hunters International.
Oh, you should.
I know.
Oh, you should. Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, right? I would
want
watch
that episode for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, right? I think it'll be fun. Chris and I were like, what can we pretend to disagree on? Because we don't disagree on anything, especially when it comes to we both want the same things in a home.
Right.
We both want this to live in the same area.
I don't know. What would be a deal breaker? Because look, let's be fucking for real. Chris is gonna go along with whatever you say though. So like, what is your deal breaker?
I want a washing machine. That's full on, or like washing machine setup, you know, like I need a washing machine in my house. Like that to me is a fucking dead ass deal breaker, full stop. Like I don't even want to look at it.
Oh yeah. I mean, but like buying a home, that's pretty standard these days, right?
Oh no, we're gonna rent. We're not gonna buy something.
No, I know, but to get on House Hunters International, do they do like rentals as well?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You're renting a flat. Most people are just renting.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people are there. Like I think most House Hunter International, it's like they're there for a work stint, or they're there for school, or they're there for
but you gotta come up with a real deal breaker for you that is something that you could argue about. He's not gonna argue with you about a washing machine.
He agrees. That's the thing. Is like we both agree on.
I know, so he's gonna have to lie, but you have to find an acceptable lie.
Something to lie about.
And a washing machine's not an acceptable lie. You gotta be like hardwood floors or something.
Yeah.
You know,
that's also
close to the beach.
The beach.
Neither of you would ever want to be close to the beach. I feel like you don't care about that.
The beach there is like 5 grains of sand in a like a mostly rainy city. No, I mean, we talked about like maybe we could do like neighborhoods. Like, I really want to be in this neighborhood because it's close to work. And he's like, no, I want to be in this neighborhood because it's close to the soccer stadium. I don't know. We were like, I don't know.
Well, you let us know when that premieres.
Yes, yeah. I'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, I thought you guys should know. I found a very interesting Reddit that I really kind of want your 2 cents on to see where you fall on this.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not going to read you the title because it gives it away. I guess. All right. So my 38 female husband, 41 male, still holds any vaguely phallic object up to his crotch and pretends it's his penis.
He's how old?
41?
How old? No. Unacceptable behavior.
For example,
No.
in the vegetable aisle, he'll grab the biggest cucumber, hold it up to his crotch, and say something like, "You want some cucumber?" And it goes. Cassie's like, "That's actually my soulmate."
Cassie wouldn't have a problem.
Same.
I would have a problem. Yeah.
She says, and it goes beyond that. He just has the humor of a middle school boy, like thinking it's funny to say, "My dick itches," and then scratching at his ankle. He clutches for straws to turn ordinary topics into sexual jokes, and I feel he's just too old to be doing this. He's otherwise a great husband, but I don't know how to address this. I don't want him to feel like I'm trying to change him into something he's not, but it's annoying, especially in public. So how do we help this situation? How
did they ever get together? They sound like two completely different
It
people.
depends on how long they've been together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right.
if they got together when they were in their 20s, that kind of thing might be like an acceptable kind of younger guy behavior that you think someone's going to grow out
You in
of.
your 20s, you'd have been okay with that?
I dated some shady people.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's an immaturity on both sides. I feel like whenever you're younger and you expect people to like grow and change and like move on from some of that stuff.
Part of your 20s. I can never see you being okay with this guy.
Not me, but I mean, I can't falter because I do understand like whenever you're growing and changing, if they've been together since she was 20 and he was 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I could be like, this is something that there's a certain amount of that like, oh, when he's with his guy friends, they make all these dumb jokes or whatever. And you just think it's something that they're going to grow out of. And then all of a sudden he's 41 and he's still doing that. And then you're like
in a Ralph's.
Okay. No, see,
Wait, why do I feel like this could be Eric?
Eric wouldn't do that in a Ralph's.
No.
Would he?
No.
But in a Costco,
Maybe.
Bets are off.
bets are off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I to be honest, listen, communication. I guess communicate that it bothers you. I mean, to me, it's hard because like,
I never want to change anyone.
It kind of feels a bit harmless fun.
Right.
And it's more of an annoying thing than it is a detrimental. I don't know. It's hard because like for me, this is like, I would probably fucking laugh.
Yeah.
I would laugh along at it, but I just,
But I could see if that's like, if you've been with someone for like a long time, something that you used to think was like funny in the beginning, you're like, I'm fucking 40 now. Like, I'm just trying to get our weekly shopping done. But then I also think, like, is this one of those?
I don't know.
Is this one of those things?
No, because that I'm not putting all of this stuff on her to go by herself.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
but because
go
it's
by
just,
himself.
But like they should be able to do those activities together. And I do think time and place. You know what I mean? I do think that there comes a point where it's like. So and it's different for everyone, and like I wouldn't want to change anybody, but I think it's okay to say like this is out of my comfort zone. It embarrasses me whenever we do these things in public. Also, does he do it all the time everywhere? Are you at a work function and he's acting like this?
Cool.
You know
that's
what I mean?
Not fucking cool.
To me, like I think it's okay to communicate, even if like
time and place.
You don't want to change someone, and like you said, it is largely harmless, but it is okay to say this makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like it makes me uncomfortable when you do this, and I don't find it funny actually.
And he might be just in this like he thinks it's funny because she gets so like flustered about it and
well, I don't like that
it as like misreading it as like her taking it like, oh, like stop, like, you know, or not, like, I don't know.
That irritates me too, though. That is also one of my pet peeves, when people pick because they think it's funny to get a rise out of you. I don't actually like that either. So like, because I do think sometimes people do that deliberately because they think it's kind of funny, like whenever they can get a rise out of you. And occasionally maybe it is, but if you're doing that a lot, to me that is irritating. Yeah. Because I'm just like, this is actually annoying me. It is actually upsetting me, and you're doing it on purpose because you think it's funny.
Yeah.
What if What if he's so lost though that like, I don't know, that I've just been watching a lot of couples therapy on Showtime, but do you think like for him, like a bid for attention or a bid for connection? For him to do that,
it could be,
you know.
Yeah, it does in the way that you're right. Like it sounds like super childish way to like, hey, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. And
but you're 41. Learn how to communicate.
Right. But I think that he's not, you know. But it's about having the right tools to know how to communicate better. And if one person doesn't know how to communicate in any other way except for that, you have to tell them what's a better way to get my attention. What's a better way to communicate.
Oh my God, nonstop penis jokes though. Day in, day out.
I fucking pass. It's not for me. I ain't the one.
You can't have
I ain't the one.
Carrots in the house, cucumbers in the house, wine bottles.
You can if you cut them up quickly.
No, do you know how many things are like phallic shaped?
Oh. This microphone.
No. Oh my God. I swear to God.
Keegan's face. Like I was really going to do it.
I would be so irritated. It couldn't be me. It just couldn't be. And like, I know plenty of women who think that that's funny and would be like fine with it. You know what I mean? But like for me, an occasional like off color joke is fine. But it's like, if it's constant, I'm like, I don't live in a fucking frat house.
Oh.
Pull your shit together.
Honestly. Just constantly like on edge.
I do love a good dad joke. I do.
You do love a dad joke.
I do love a dad joke. Mm-hmm. Like, so
of the three of us, you would be the most likely to survive this situation. Yeah.
Yes. For sure. I don't know. I do have a 12-year-old boy sense of humor, so I think that's where this stems from. So,
but yeah, I think you would be the most likely to survive this scenario, which is funny because I think that Chris actually is not like, I don't think that he would do that to you in a Ralph's.
Do you think I would do that to him?
Maybe you might. Yeah. You go to Ralph's to pick up some things after the bar. Oh my God, bets are off. Bets are off.
Oh, after a bar? Forget about it.
You had a couple drinks?
Are there other people here? I only know Chris and I are here. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
We're touching all the produce.
Times I've most definitely embarrassed Chris. Poor guy.
He knows who you are.
I don't continue it though. Like if he's like, okay.
I mean, and that's what it is as well. Is like if Chris, because that's a good point. You know, like sure you can say that like you've embarrassed Chris before or whatever, but like if it was an ongoing thing and Chris were to communicate to you, like actually this really does bother me.
Yeah.
Like
I would never fucking do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So this Redditor, the advice that I would give would just be like, you gotta communicate. Yeah. Tell him like you're uncomfortable and you're not trying to change him or make him feel bad or anything, but like you're uncomfortable by it.
Yeah.
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 There's other ways to get my attention, and that ain't it.
Yeah.
If that is even what he's doing, he might just be oblivious. Some people are just existing to amuse themselves. You know what I mean? Like some people really are.
It sounds like a touch of immaturity, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So
41. I don't think he's changing without a more than gentle nudge in the direction that you want to go to. And also, I'm like, if in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. This is another thing for me. I'm like, she even says like he's a really great husband otherwise. And so I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know if you could make peace with it in your head because listen to this podcast. We have like 400 episodes of fucking the most bananas behavior. And I mean, a banana would be a good one for him, but
Oh my God.
Oh man.
But
We're awful.
But I just think
is gonna
perspective. I mean, I don't know, because it's like sometimes that one small thing just gives you the ick, and then you're like, it just ruins the whole thing.
And it's hard to reverse once you've got it too.
Yeah.
Like you will never not hear it now every single time because it was again, like I think this is probably something he's done since the beginning, and in the beginning maybe she didn't even really notice it,
right?
Sure. But at some point that switch flipped, and once that happens, it's like you notice every time.
Yep.
It's reading to me as something more than possibly just this thing.
Yep.
Because sometimes my mom always used to say, if something about you bothers you when you start a relationship with somebody, wait 5 years, and that little thing, them not putting the toothpaste in the tooth, like closing that lid, all those things like are like fucking nail biting annoying. And, it's just probably one of those things that like maybe started out in the relationship as nothing. But I usually think it's because when you're with somebody for a long time too, little things they like pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I that's actually something I want to marinate on, like how you get over the ick for something small. You know what I mean? If everything else truly is like in a good place, like how you are just like able to get past that. I need to I'm just going to watch more couples therapy on Showtime. Yeah. I don't think I'll get the answer there because some of them their situations are just flat out wild.
Yeah. I just think it's communication. There's things about Chris that like totally get on my nerves. Like, and toothpaste is always one of them, but he's better at it now. Like he knows it bothers me. So like he pays attention now. And there's certain things that I've changed because that bothers him, and he doesn't like I do that. And so, like we just, you just have to talk about it early. I think if it bothers you early, like if you're like that little thing, you're like, oh, would you not leave your fucking Q-tips lying around? Because that's fucking disgusting. And then the cat gets them.
I will say this is something I think I would have brought up. I think I would have brought up before turning to Reddit. There are some things on Reddit that I'm like, oh, I see why you went to Reddit. I see why you got a second opinion. You know what I mean? Before like going to your partner, you know what I mean? So like, I can see those things.
Is it just me?
Like you needed an outside. Yeah. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's asking, is it just me? Is this like, but the point is, regardless of whatever Reddit says, if Reddit is like, you're overreacting, whatever, it bothers you. Yeah. Like regardless of what anyone else says. So, I mean,
not overreacting because it's bothering you.
It is bothering you. Then that's just the truth of it. And it's not going to stop bothering you because a bunch of strangers on the internet say you're making a big deal over nothing, you know?
And just because I'm okay with it doesn't mean you should be.
Right. So it's like, this is actually something that I would have taken to him. And you don't have to be mean about it. Like you really can just be like, hey, this turns me off when you do this. Just so you know. Just
that's a great way to put it.
That'll do it.
That will do it. Yeah.
Turns you off. Got it. I'm out. No more.
No.
Make these jokes with your guy friends. Yeah. Whenever you and your bro go to Ralph's,
there you go.
Then you can make the cucumber joke. Okay.
Yep.
But don't do it when I'm with you.
I don't like it.
The cucumber joke.
Don't like it.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Well,
yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say, who should we fuck, marry, kill this week?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Coming out of the cucumber joke.
Well,
oh God. Vegetables. No, no, that's definitely not.
I fucking love vegetables.
She's like,
I'll go there. Oh no, I fucking love vegetables. I'll fuck, marry, kill a vegetable.
Like, so then you're like, what? You can't pick an eggplant.
Phallic vegetables only. That way the playing field.
Oh Jesus!
I was kidding, but.
All right, I'm going zucchini.
I fucking love zucchini.
I fucking love zucchini so much.
I know.
Well, I'm actually on a cucumber kick. I've been eating a lot of. I've been making like a Mediterranean chickpea salad. Lots of cucumbers involved. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a cucumber.
We're gonna dead ass get like notes like actually that's a gourd, and actually a cucumber would be categorized as a fruit because it has a
I don't care. Look, you're listening to the wrong show.
Yeah,
if that's what you're focusing on. And you're right. I think a cucumber is actually a fruit. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
But I'm going to make it very specific because I love cucumbers.
Persian cucumbers.
But I'm an English cucumber girl.
Oh,
I'm an English cucumber girly.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's British. It's foreign.
Got an accent.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go, and here's another not vegetable, but
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the banana. It's used as a phallic symbol so often.
Yes.
It is the phallic symbol.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I mean, bananas have layers. If it had a zodiac
Something you can peel back.
side, if
Right,
it had
it's a little
zodiac,
hidden.
it would be a Cancer though. It's a little hard on the like a little soft hard on the outside. And it, you know, you could peel it back, but honestly, that shell isn't enough to protect it. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
because sometimes it's still brown and fucking bruised on the inside.
Yes, or sometimes you get a brown banana and you think it's bruised, and you open it up, and that bitch is perfect. I've had that happen more than not lately.
Yeah, I mean, I love bananas. I fucking love bananas ever since, because you know how bad my period cramps are/were before I was on this medication that I'm on now. I was told whenever I was in like middle school that bananas are good for cramps because they're so high in potassium. So like ever since then, I was like a banana girly, banana and peanut butter all the time. You know what I mean?
Love.
I love banana in oatmeal. I love a banana. The one thing that I will say about a banana though, when you're talking about relationships, they go bad quick. They go bad quick. They make that turn. They're good one day, but they're inconsistent.
They're good for banana
bread.
bread.
You know what I mean?
And then they end up in your freezer for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life. I've got I put a banana in my freezer today, actually. Yeah, I've got like 5 bananas in my freezer right now. And I do use them. You're right. They can be repurposed, but you got to do some work on them. You know what I mean?
A lot of work.
Oh, it's
That's
a
the thing,
project.
is, like, you're gonna have to. It's a little bit of a project. They're sweet and they're wonderful, but they could turn on you like that.
Yeah. See, now zucchini,
Like a cancer.
Exactly.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
I nailed it. I fucking nailed it that a banana is cancer. And here's what I'll say. I think zucchini is an earth sign. And I'm willing to say Virgo or Capricorn, I think.
Wow.
I would actually even say Virgo. They seem very organized. They can be utilized in many ways. They're very, multi-purpose.
Zucchini is a comeback. 'Cause you can spiralize it. You want some noodles? Zucchini. You want some fucking fried zucchini sticks instead of French fries? You want fucking roasted zucchini? You're right. It is like a Virgo because it's doing too much.
It's definitely more. It's definitely more of a Virgo. Or I mean, and I could even go Taurus on a zucchini because Tauruses are a little bit more glamorous. They do a little bit more
glamorous,
but they do so much.
They do.
They are extra,
but they don't need to sing about it. Like they don't need to brag about it. Like they're like, oh yeah, I'm working, but it's fine. But so is this other stuff.
Okay.
So is the sauce. The sauce is really given. I'm just carrying the sauce.
I love roasted zucchini.
Wow.
Roasted zucchini is my favorite.
So good.
I love
zucchini
doing
and squash combo. Mwah.
I love doing a roasted zucchini with roasted onions and peppers.
Yes.
So good. I'm a big zucchini head over here.
So cucumber. What's cucumber sign?
Cucumber is a water sign.
Yes.
And it is very chill. I would actually say like a cucumber. If we're going Cancer for banana, I think a cucumber is a Pisces.
Yeah.
A cucumber is very just like, I'm just here.
I was going to say
what I mean?
Aquarius or Pisces because I think both are very chill.
And very go with the flow.
For the most part. They're chill until they're not, okay?
You're talking about Pisces? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And Aquarius. Yeah. I've seen Aquarius go off too. Yeah, I think, but for me, cucumbers, I love cucumbers, but for me, they are
British cucumber though.
An English cucumber. I think they're a little less versatile.
No, pickles,
I don't think you can do quite as much.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're fucking right. You can make pickles.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking love a pickle.
Metamorphosis into something greater. Oh my God. It's wonderful.
That's true.
That glow up is strong.
A fucking pickle?
Yeah. That glow up is strong.
Yeah. I know what I'm going to do.
What? I think I know too. Okay. You go first.
I'm going to marry that cucumber. It's chill. It's go with the flow. I love a cucumber. You can put it on all kinds of. It's just so versatile. You can take it anywhere. And then when you get tired of it, you can fucking glow up into a pickle. I mean, it never get boring, never get tired. Yeah, that is a long lasting love of a lifetime.
Yeah. And you can do all kinds of things with a cucumber. I mean, I say that they're the least versatile because I don't really cook with cucumbers. Like they are something that I enjoy raw.
Yeah.
But
hey, me too.
We enjoy a raw cucumber in this house. But like they're versatile raw even because you can pickle them, you can eat them. I will just chop up a cucumber,
dip it in hummus,
and just salt and pepper it and eat it like with salt and pepper, tahini, and some lime on a cucumber. I fucking love that. Yeah, so I mean,
you can also put cucumber in drinks. And it's you can have a fucking blast.
Cucumber, mint mojito.
Yes.
Oh,
perfect for summer.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, who you gonna fuck?
I'm gonna fuck zucchini.
Yeah.
They work.
That feels right.
They work hard. You know,
Extra hard. Real hard. Yeah.
Banana's just too fucking flighty. It's got stringy. It's like it's fucking and when they get
needy.
brown
it needs
too.
so much work.
Oh God. Yeah. No.
God. I don't have the patience for a banana.
No.
I did see a funny tweet though that was like a picture of a banana. It was like the stringy brown part of a banana, and it's like. They're like, you bitches will put a dick in your mouth, but you won't eat this part of the banana.
Nope.
I was like, no. I was like, that's
triggering.
Absolutely fucking true.
No. Shit, I barely like to put a dick in my mouth. So fuck no on both fronts. But I know my husband is super, super clean.
That's right.
Super duper clean.
You got to know that.
Yeah.
It's very important.
But I don't fuck around with no banana gunk.
But you're right. A zucchini is like, it also... bananas are fairly consistent, probably from something that we've done genetically that I don't want to know
100.
about. Like bananas are fairly consistent in size and shape. Zucchini all over the map.
Yep.
Giving diversity.
You can get honestly, I think a zucchini is the most penile because it's the most phallic because it's like you could get a short squat.
That's right.
All zucchini are beautiful, but you can get like a short squat one. You can get a long skinny one.
Yep. That's right.
You know, they come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to marry the zucchini.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry the zucchini. I like the variety. I like the stability.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's a happy pairing for me. I'm gonna fuck the banana, the fuck boy of the trio.
Wow.
Fuck it early and fuck it protected.
I don't need it to stick around.
Yeah.
You know, like it's here for a good time, not a long time.
That's exactly right.
And I know that. And that's okay. I know that going in. So I'm not going to get my feelings hurt.
There you go.
You know. Yeah. And I'm going to friend the cucumber.
That's right.
I'm going to go to the cucumber with my problems.
Ooh.
That's the friend that that's my therapy friend.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The friend I go to help me work out my shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm making it a traditional fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, okay.
So that I can get rid of that fucking banana.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of like hate radiating off of you for the banana.
I have energy toward that banana. It's annoying to me.
You got a lot of pent up shit about bananas that I don't think you've worked through.
Fucking week. I'm packing to move. I don't got time for bananas.
Nope.
Okay,
That's
and
right.
I love to eat a banana. But like, it's got to be perfect. I'm so picky.
Yeah.
It needs to be absolutely
I will say,
perfect.
with things like bananas, avocados, there is nothing more disappointing than whenever it's like for an avocado, like when I want to make avocado toast and I'm like ready for it and I'm so hungry for it. And then I go and I open that avocado up and it is brown on the inside. You get so upset.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to make guacamole. How dare you?
Yeah, that's the little thing that could push you over the edge. You know what I mean? Like if you're on the verge of tears and then you open that banana and it's like disgusting. And all you wanted was like a banana.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
I feel you on that. You don't want to be disappointed.
And I feel like you're ripe for disappointment.
You could be. Yeah.
I think I'll be here all night. I am going to marry zucchini as well. I like the stability.
Yeah.
I like that it has so many options, but it doesn't need to, like I said, be the hero of everything. It just is.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? A zucchini
quietly is.
A zucchini lets you grow into it too, because I feel like that's a mature vegetable.
Yeah.
Like it's not one that I ate a lot as a kid.
Yes.
Like I thought it was gross for some reason as a kid, and then I became an adult and I was like, why did I hate on this for
It's
so long?
the best.
See, we grew zucchinis, so it was a big part of our
Diet.
Our diet when I was young. Strong love for zucchini. Have to marry it. Going to fuck cucumber because I don't usually fuck with cucumber, but knowing that it has that glow up potential to pickle, I am strong pickle behavior.
Hidden talents.
Oh.
Yeah. And an accent.
It's like if you
the best.
It's like if you're dating somebody and then like all of a sudden you find out like they have this incredible singing voice or something. You're like, what
Oh my
the
God.
fuck? You've been sleeping
But
on
they weren't
that?
showy about it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, they weren't showy about it. They didn't do it. They didn't whip
they
it out at
didn't
an
even-
Applebee's. You
They
know what I
didn't
mean?
even bring out a guitar to do it. They
No.
were just like,
Exactly.
you learned it at karaoke with a bunch of friends in an appropriate setting.
Yeah, and you're
Right?
like,
You're holy shit.
that's what I feel like when cucumber turns into a pickle. You're like, wow, you had that inside you all this time? Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I love that. Well, we do have a patron, and I'm going to give an apology here because I was going back through our emails, and I think this is someone that we missed.
Okay.
And we didn't give a shout out to previously. So I'm so sorry that it took so long for us to give you your shout out. But Maureen, thank you so much for joining us on Patreon. We are so excited to have you there. I hope you've enjoyed your time on Patreon thus far. And if you want to reach out to us for absolutely any reason, please feel free to.
Yeah. Well, you guys want to take 5 and then we'll come back with stories?
Sounds
Yes.
good.
And we're back. All right, Christina, kick us off with stories.
Okay. This person says, oh boy, here we go. Years ago, I had my first ever Tinder date. It was just after the Oscars where everyone thought La La Land had won, but actually Moonlight had.
Oh,
This is important.
What?
oh,
What a time.
are they in LA? I need to know because that's such a like.
Wow. What an actual moment, though.
No one else cares about the
None.
Oscars.
That was like
you know
a
what I mean?
moment. Do you remember?
Oh, yes, I remember. I think we were all
watching it
together.
Yeah. Oh,
It's such an LA
I
thing.
know. We chatted for a month or so before and got on well and planned to meet at a town in between us so we could walk around it together. When I got there, I noticed she looked a bit different from her pictures. Hair was different, none of which is a problem for me, but it did make me more aware of any difference I noticed. Then a few things happened. 1, we walked for about 2 minutes before she asked if we could sit on the curb. She didn't want to sit on the nearby bench as it was quote unquote too far. So we sat on the
God, is she reenacting?
So we sat on the curb for almost an hour before I convinced her to move to the bench. I
need more information. Is she wearing stilettos?
Yeah, no, I don't think he says. No, hold on.
Because I'm just like, the bench is like, if the bench is nearby and you're not wearing heels, I don't understand. Did you break a toe?
Also,
like
curb anywhere city wise, that's
Yeah, no.
disgusting.
It is gross.
It is gross.
But listen,
it's giving hashtag whimsy.
Oh.
Though.
yeah, manic pixie dream girl.
Yeah.
Manic pixie dream girl energy.
Real.
But here's why I asked that is because like I went out in Pasadena, and granted it's Pasadena, you know what I mean? Although I did see a roach. So
Yeah,
take that for what it is. But
it.
I went out in Pasadena, didn't expect to be walking and wore heels and then ended up walking a bunch. And then I was like walking back and I was like, I literally can't walk one more step in these shoes. I took them off and walked barefoot for the rest of the way because I was just like literally, it's Pasadena.
Well, that's
Whenever I
true.
was in my early 20s, I walked barefoot in Venice Beach
Ooh.
on the sidewalk.
That's
so
You're gonna get
that's danger.
it was
trichinosis.
Truly was. But that's why I'm like, look, you will do a lot of shit when your feet hurt.
That's true.
Thanks.
You're not wrong.
Back trichinosis.
You will do a lot of shit when your feet hurt. You are willing to sit on curbs,
Yeah.
walk barefoot through Venice. Like, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That was from like an early episode, trichinosis.
Oh, dude.
Sorry.
I don't know what it is about that disease
callback.
that freaked me out when I was a kid, but it literally is my go-to for anything.
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I suggested we go for that walk, and she said, oh no, I hate walking, even though the walk was her idea. 2, She told me about her family's generational wealth. Ick. But
Gross.
stated her family are now living paycheck to paycheck. Despite that,
it's a lot of information for I just met you.
Yeah.
You know?
I used to be rich. Now we're not. Despite that, she said they refuse to buy food from Tesco and other quote unquote poor people supermarkets as they see themselves as better. I said, but surely if you buy a can of Coke in one, it's the same can of Coke as the other, except cheaper.
You're living paycheck to paycheck.
Ma'am.
You don't get to have that luxury anymore.
No.
Okay? Like, listen.
That's why we drink Royal K.
That's right. Look, Royal K. I forgot about Royal K.
Listen,
and to be honest, it does
superior.
slap a little bit.
I'm gonna lie. It feels superior to me.
Sweet.
Dude, do you guys remember those little plastic barrels that had the foil on top?
Yes.
Yep.
I bet you if we tasted one like right now, how it's gotta
we'd be
taste.
disgusted.
It's gotta taste like
I
chemicals.
used to love government cheese, and I'll be honest, I don't know if I could.
Is government cheese kind of like Velveeta?
It's shaped like that, but it's a little firmer than Velveeta.
Oof.
I don't know. I can still get down with a Kraft single.
Oh, government peanut butter though, that was the fucking shit. Dude, that shit was so good because it wasn't too sugary. I remember eating quote unquote real peanut butter first time, and I was like, ew, it's so sweet.
I don't think I've ever had government peanut butter.
Oh, it's good. It tastes a little bit like a cardboard container.
Sometimes trash food is the best.
I'm saying that, but I'm like, it does, but it like had like a specific taste.
This is a very food heavy episode.
Yes.
I mean,
Sorry,
you would think we're hungry, but I just ate dinner. But yeah, sometimes trash food is the best.
Amen, dude. I know Cassie can feel me on this as a latchkey kid herself. Dude, cheesy chips? Come on now. Is there anything better than just fucking cheese on tortilla chips? Cheesy chips.
That you put in the microwave?
Yes. Sprinkled cheese.
Yep. Put it in the microwave.
Microwave. Yes.
You know what else was a latchkey food was, or like you're at home late at night without your parents' food, was like a cinnamon toast.
Yes.
Oh, God,
you're just putting toast in the toaster and then putting butter and cinnamon and sugar on it.
Yep.
It's the best.
So good. And like you get just enough so it would like give you a little bit of a crunch.
Yep.
So good.
So I'll share with you what I had the other day. Fried bologna.
Dude,
I've had fried bologna.
So good.
I've had fried
packaged ass not like bologna from a nice like place.
No,
Like,
you do the one with the red on the outside.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that you have to peel off.
Oscar
and
Mayer.
I'll tell you this: a fried bologna grilled cheese sandwich with those Kraft single,
Stop it.
like melty cheeses.
No,
Dude.
put an egg on it.
That's getting too fancy.
Potato chips on it for the crunch.
There you go.
Ruffles have ridges, bitch.
There you go.
Yeah, see, you're missing out when you're not poor. Like,
Yeah.
you're missing out.
You get real creative when you're poor. You get real fucking creative.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. She said,
Anyway, she doesn't shop at
No,
Tesco.
she doesn't.
No Tesco
No.
shopping here. We are not the same.
No.
Is what I'm saying.
Right.
She said she disagreed and it was a fundamentally different experience. I guess so. I don't
Okay.
know. Number 3, she spoke in great detail about Ryan Gosling, about how he was the perfect man and how nobody could ever compare. Believe it or not.
Okay, go find him then. You can go fist fight Eva Mendes. I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm putting my money on Eva.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet she knows how to fry bologna.
But believe it or not, I am not Ryan Gosling, so I got the impression that I wasn't going to match up. After this, I suggested we go to the nearby cinema, and after convincing her to walk there, we had a look at films, and she said, I hate the cinema. I don't know why people go here. Oh, Cassie, you do have one thing in common. She doesn't like going to the movies either.
I do not like going to the movies. Sorry.
Well, it sounds like she hates everything, though, to be fair.
It sounds like that. Yeah.
I hate walking. I hate fucking Walmart or Tesco. I hate fucking going to the movies.
Sounds really fun. Yeah.
The only thing she likes is Ryan Gosling. That's it.
I asked why she had agreed to go to the cinema with me if she hated it, and she said, it seemed like I had a surprise there. I still have no idea what that means. And then she spoke about how good La La Land was and how Moonlight didn't deserve to win. Ryan Gosling deserved to be on stage and said, "To be honest, I hadn't seen either film, and I asked her if she'd seen Moonlight, and she said no. I asked, how can she compare it objectively?"
Things that just feel racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're just like, like you haven't said anything racist yet, but I'm side-eyeing you. You know what I mean?
It's racist adjacent.
My ears are up, just so you know. Like my antenna is raised. I'm on the lookout, just in case.
It's race-ish.
Race-ish.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I asked her how she can compare it objectively if she hadn't actually seen Moonlight. She said, "Oh, they're just trying to pander to all those black people."
There you go. I fucking knew it.
There it
I
is.
fucking knew it.
There's no ish any longer.
My radar.
Yep. You called it.
I fucking
well
knew
done.
it. Of course.
I got
No ish anymore.
full on.
Ryan Gosling's like, keep my name out of your fucking mouth.
For sure.
I got the fuck out of there. Scared me off dating for a while. Ugh.
Wow. Oh,
That is
oh boy.
Yeah, and people that just
Okay.
like don't like anything. Ugh. The worst.
No, people who are just like super, super negative about everything. I can't be around those people. Like, I've definitely known those people. I've definitely even been like friends. You know how like when you're trying to, I feel like I do this a lot where like I'm trying to force a friendship, you know, because I'm like, I feel like we should be friends. Yeah. And so you go out with them a lot and you're just like, this just isn't working. Yeah. You know?
Why is this not nothing?
I've definitely done that a few times with people who are just like super fucking negative about everything. And I'm like, I can't live my life like this. I can't sit through another dinner of you just complaining about everything.
Yeah.
And I'm a complainer. So it's saying a lot.
So
you know what
I mean? But at some point you're just like, I fucking get it. You don't like living. I don't know what to say.
Right.
Like,
You like Ryan Gosling and that is it. It's the
Yeah.
only thing that brings you joy.
Your personality
Got
is
it.
liking Ryan Gosling.
Right. Okay, so this one does deal with some bodily functions. So just beware of that before we go into it.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. I ran into a guy from high school years after graduation. He invited me to meet up with him and some of our other friends who I had lost contact with. Well, when I got to the restaurant, there was nobody else there, just him. Already a red flag. Surprise date. Ugh. Yep, I was ambushed into an unwanted date. To make it worse, he had told the waitstaff that we were on a date and to take their time.
Oh.
2 hours later, I was finally able to leave. He walked me to my car, even though I asked him not to. And when I went to get in, he blocked me and leaned in for a kiss.
Sir, no.
That's scary.
No.
Which I was not down for at all. It was a dark parking lot and there was nobody around. Super sketchy. Welp, something at dinner did not agree with him. I turned my head to the side and went in for a friendly hug instead of his attempted kiss, and his bowels unloaded. It was the loudest, gnarliest fart I have ever heard. It happened. This is the funniest part to me. It happened.
Car door.
It happened the second the hug commenced, and he didn't let go until the fart was done.
No.
Release me.
Nightmare situation for me.
Honestly.
Like, someone is farting. They've got you in their grip.
Ew, it feels like you're in a
And they're holding you
prank.
the whole time. No. Then he tried to kiss me again.
No. Sir. Sir.
The moment was never here, but it's certainly past now, if there ever was a moment, you know.
I hate it.
I deflected into another awkward hug, and he farted again.
No. Listen.
Every time he hugs her, he just squeezes a fart out.
No. Wait, is she on a date with my dog, Leroy?
Your dog.
Dude.
Leroy, bless his heart. And guess what? Rose knows Leroy's name now, too. Rose is like, Leroy.
He had such a crush on her.
Oh, those two.
Yeah, he really did. All in all, it was at least 45 seconds of combined ass blast.
That's a long time.
That's too much.
Also, that's too long to hug.
Too much.
As well. Like, 45 seconds of hug, like I worked out today and had to do a 30-second plank. And I'll tell you, 45 seconds is a long time for an unwanted hug.
Yeah.
For unwanted contact with somebody.
Who is farting. Who is farting audibly.
Farting.
And where's your face? Because when you're in a hug, like that shit is traveling upwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like in the end, he made eye contact and said,
no,
let's do this again.
Let's definitely fucking not.
Like how unself-aware. Like this is somebody who like if a fart accidentally slipped out when someone hugged you, you let go and you say goodnight and you walk away. And you don't hold on until your fart is done and then try to kiss them again.
Or no, you zip your skin off and move to a different time.
Right.
Or you just be like,
embarrassing.
Listen, farts happened, but you're right. It's like embarrassing. You'd be like, oh my God, excuse me. But
I'm so
you know
sorry.
what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I wouldn't keep trying to like make contact. That's
I'll be
bananas.
honest with you. Somebody has definitely accidentally farted in front of me and said, excuse me. I don't remember who that person is, but I can definitely remember people who've tried to pretend they did.
Right. I mean, that's worse. It is worse. Like not acknowledging it is worse.
Oh shit. I should have. God, you remember that time that I accidentally farted?
Oh yeah, I do.
My God.
Did you acknowledge it, Cassie? I can't remember.
Amazing. Dude, you just like
we've
lifted
never hung out with that person again.
Lifted
We have
cheek
not. No, we haven't.
and just fucking
No. You make it sound like I lifted my butt up on purpose. I was leaning over to the
But your butt was lifted. It was lifted in their direction. Not on purpose. Not for that purpose.
All right,
my God.
my story. I don't want to talk about it
I hope she's listening.
I don't want to talk about it.
I hope she knows exactly what we're talking about.
No, they'll never know.
God. If she comments on an Instagram post next week, I swear to God, I will die laughing.
The funniest thing about this,
she's dead to me.
and we've talked about this on the pod. We have
And I
talked
love
about
this
this
person.
on the podcast before, but I feel like I do need to refresh people because otherwise they might be confused about what we're talking about. We were at an event and we were all sitting in a row, and Cassie leaned over to take a picture,
with
and like when she did, the person on the other side of her got farted on accident, obviously. But one of the funniest things about this to me is that there is like a picture of the moment it happened because you were leaning over to take a photo.
Yeah.
So there's like photographic proof of
and when that person shared that photo with us, I was like, you guys remember this? This is when I farted.
the moment I farted on that person.
A fart commemorated for eternity.
Farting on someone, I can't.
No, this is why I'm moving to Germany.
Okay. It makes sense now. It makes sense.
Got it.
It all makes sense.
That's why I'm moving to Germany.
No, but you did that on accident. I mean, some people think it's funny or like Dutch ovens and stuff like that. I fucking hate that stuff.
This is a human being. I'm not talking about what the fuck. Okay. Anyway, all right. My story.
This is a human being is so funny.
What a human being.
Okay. So my story. This is from a reader.
Dear reader.
It is dear reader.
Gentle reader.
Gentle reader. I don't know how to trigger warning this because there should be one. I don't know exactly what it is, but it should be like,
no.
You're like, if you have any triggers, don't listen. Just stay away.
It's a fetish trigger. If you're triggered by fetishes, this person does not fetish shame.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Fair,
Okay.
But,
Okay.
But if certain, okay. So anyway, I matched with this guy on Tinder. He was funny, had a funky style, and conversation was flowing. The conversation started to change when he asked me what type of shoes I usually wear, and I said Vans. He then asked me for a photo of my shoe rack. He seemed very impressed with my Vans collection.
Pause. I have to be honest. And again, it's not shaming or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think I would be a little thrown off though if I was, it wouldn't even have to be a date. Like I think unless I was in the middle of a conversation, like, I don't know, that was something that me and a girlfriend were bonding over or me and a friend were bonding over. And that was like the subject of it. I think I'd be weirded out if somebody I didn't know very well was like, will you take a picture of your shoes?
Somebody could be a real shoe head. You know, there's a lot of people who are really into shoes. Like,
but is that
who collect shoes?
I know,
she
but
had a lot of Vans. So
okay. All right.
Listen, but she does say that should have been her red flag number one. But I do think like the conversation was like, oh, we were talking about shoes.
I mean, I could see that if I was talking to like a real fashion, if I was talking to a Carrie Bradshaw and she's like, I have 10 pairs of Manolo Blahnik, like
I want a
shoes.
Picture. Send me a picture.
I could not get that word out, but you know exactly what I'm saying.
I did. Yes.
Thank you so much. Like. I would be like, I'd like to see those. But that would have to be the nature of the conversation.
You had a collection of Adidas. I want to see them actually because I'm a big Adidas nerd.
As long as that's the nature of the conversation, then I'd be like, okay, I guess that
and Vans,
makes sense.
I think are like people who like them are very collectible about them.
Okay,
so
sure.
I can see
like a
how,
Converse.
I can see how this wouldn't give me a red flag. I'd be just like, oh, another shoe head, right? Anyway. We make plans to hang out. He requests I wear one of the pairs he saw in the photo. Now that would be my red flag. I'd be like, specific. That's not necessary. I'll wear what I want. Thank you very much. We go grab drinks and then head back to his house. He also had a massive Vans collection. So
All right.
Like for me, I'm like, okay, maybe he's got it, right? So we start making out, and he goes to take off my clothes. I go to remove my shoes, and he says, "Leave them on." He then takes off his pants and reveals the largest penis I've ever seen him with my own two eyes.
Wow.
He then asks me what I think of the size. And I said, wow, so big. And he goes, no, it's small. Tell me it's small.
Okay.
Oh.
He then proceeded to beg me to tell him it's the smallest penis I've ever seen.
Okay.
He then asks me if I would like to step on it with my Vans.
No, I wouldn't. I don't want to step on your junk ever.
No. It's not for me. I'll say it.
It's not for me. If that's your thing, I'm happy for you.
I didn't know what to do. I attempted.
Can you break one?
Dick is harder
She attempted. God bless.
Just like, you know what?
God bless.
You gotta try everything.
She's like,
I attempted.
What if I'm into it? Who knows?
I took a class at the Groundlings. I can yes and.
Yeah, sure. You know, I have to admit, I say this, but like I am such a people pleaser that in the moment I might be like, well, I guess I could try.
Right? You're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
We both lose interest and put our clothes back on. Sitting there with a cocktail, my curiosity got the best of me. I asked, how did you figure out that you like that? And he told me that his ex had a foot fetish and thought through trial and error, he became kind of obsessed with the feeling of Vans. He then asked me what gets me going. And I told him I like to watch girl on girl porn. This is where the night shifted from weird to bad. He proceeded to tell me, a bi girl, that being gay is a sin.
Okay.
That gay porn is a sin.
All right.
And I will burn in hell. And that I'm disgusting.
I have to ask you
for being interested in that.
Listen, no shame in anyone's game.
Truly.
You know, not to yuck anyone's yum, but if you think that Jesus is watching what you're getting up to, do you really think he's like,
thank you,
fucking A++? Stop it.
Jesus is always, this is well known that Jesus loves Vans.
Jesus is a foot guy.
Yeah. He is. There's a lot of shit about feet.
There is a lot of feet stuff in the Bible. Actually, there really is.
That's true.
A lot of feet washing situations.
Sandal talk.
Sandal talk. Sandal play.
Sandal talk. My new podcast.
You're right. Maybe we're wrong. This guy's right. He's like, Jesus was actually into feet, so watch your mouth.
Yeah.
How dare you?
A 5-minute long bigoted rant where I just sat there, jaw dropped. I quickly left shortly after. He texted me a week later with links to Vans saying he would buy me whatever pair I wanted. And if I stepped on him again.
After you just fucking degraded me, like, and my identity, are you fucking kidding me?
Right. He says that he would buy me whatever pair I wanted if I stepped on him again. And if I brought a friend, he would buy her a pair too. You got me fucked up. If you're going to sit here and judge me and call me names and say that shit about me, and then at the same time, you want to be part of it. I don't think so. You don't get to benefit from this after you just insulted me that way. How dare you? I wish I could say I didn't consider it, but I did. My friend and I practiced in our room stomping on stuffed animals. Did you just buy our own new shoes?
I mean, they could have pulled out the zucchinis.
Yeah. I look back on this now wondering if I got profiled as a girl with a nice collection of Vans. Anywho, that's my story and how I almost got a free pair of shoes from a bigot.
That is fucking incredible. Dude, it always blows my mind. People that have something like that. Because Keegan, it's same. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't yuck anybody's yum. But then for them to come through and fucking judge you and be shitty like that.
Exactly.
Who the fuck is you, dude?
Right. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
You like me to go all fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin on your junk with my fucking tennis shoes.
Right.
Like,
I mean, and also, like, what is that? I mean, I guess I do. I know what it is. It's like weird repression, like sexual repression is really what it is. But you see it so weird. You see it so well. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be weird, but it is that type of thing that you see all the time. I mean, like, how many Republican anti-gay senators get caught in fucking bathroom stalls? It's just like,
I see what you're saying.
You sitting here and being like, this is wrong. Jesus doesn't like this. And then being like, bring your girlfriend over and both of you can like jump up and down on my penis. Like, get fucked, honestly. Like,
truly.
Or not.
Ugh.
Anyway.
What a story.
Dude, can you break it?
I think you can.
I think you can break a penis.
It's cartilage mostly, but you can definitely fuck it up.
Like a nose. I bet it makes the same sound.
Oh my God. I cannot wait to ask Eric all about this.
I feel like we've had a story where somebody had a broken penis.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I do think you're right. You know what? I bet it sounds like whenever Zendaya gets her knee fucked up in Challengers.
I bet you it does. Oh, the worst.
Sweating so hard right now.
Mm-hmm. It's like when you take a plastic water bottle and you twist it.
We lost every
Keegan's
single
new job is fully.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, you guys want to take 5 and then we'll come back with the Tainted Love?
Yes. Good. And we're back. Christina.
Okay. So I have a little bit of a Tainted Love today. A little bit different.
I'm glad you do. I have a little bit of a tainted love for you all today.
A little bit. We'll just go through it, and I think you'll see why I felt it was important at the end. Okay. I'm transporting you back in time to October 20th, 1892.
Oh, jeez.
Way back.
We're going way back.
All right.
There was a resident who was just like walking through the streets of Wilmington, Delaware, and was shocked to find the body of a young woman lying in a pool of blood. Her eyes were black and blue, and her throat had been cut from ear to ear. On the ground next to her lay an open razor. So he's like,
oh, geez,
shocked. It's awful. It's appalling. She was later identified as Katie Dugan, an attractive 16-year-old girl.
Horrible.
With long flowing hair and dark eyes who lived with her parents. Local residents were quick to place the blame on black men who lived near the Dugan's home because it is 1892. And not much has changed.
Honestly, could have been 1992.
Yeah. But this belief was quickly dispelled after police interviewed her parents. James Dugan, Katie's father, had seen a white man of medium stature emerge from the shadow of the house and disappear down the avenue at about 8 o'clock the night before. Soon after, Katie had put on her coat and went out, saying she'd be back in a few minutes. She never returned. Her mother, Catherine Dugan, said that earlier in the day, Katie had received a letter. She threw the envelope into the fire and shoved the letter into her pocket. The letter was still in her pocket. So it was just a note that read, "Meet me on Wednesday night at the same place at the same time." Wading through like Victorian, because when you search this case, you can actually pull all these like old newspaper clippings. And there's something like really eerie about it, you know? So you have to kind of, they would put things a certain way. Like they would say that she found herself in a predicament or an interesting condition, which was basically code for she was pregnant.
She's pregnant?
She's pregnant.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
An interesting condition. If I ever fall pregnant, I will use that terminology with you guys.
Yes.
Got myself into a predicament.
An interesting condition.
In a delicate condition. They would also say that she was not feloniously assaulted. So, you know, it's just kind of sorting through all of that was very interesting.
Wait. Can you help me with that?
She was not sexually assaulted. Is what they said.
Okay.
So yeah, when
got
they
it.
released the postmortem, they did find out that she would have been a mother in about 5 months. So she was about 4 months pregnant.
Oh, when she's 16.
Yeah. So Richard Riley, who kept company with Katie, was arrested on suspicion. Riley acknowledged that he had been with her on Tuesday night, but had not seen her since. On Wednesday night, he had attended a fair at the Church of Sacred Heart until 11. Police detectives were able to corroborate his alibi. So then they were really at a loss because that was kind of like her special friend. And so they were like, well, this doesn't make any sense. I wonder who it could be. Several witnesses, though, had seen Katie with a man on the night of the murder. There were a couple of guys that told police they had seen Katie with Riley, and so Riley was arrested again. At the inquest, Riley, there's another Riley. So this is James Riley is a younger kid who testified to seeing Katie and a man sitting on the rock on a street. And when he passed them on the street, he saw the man had an arm around Katie, and she kept saying, oh my, like she was agitated. She was worked up. He testified that the man was not Richard Riley. And so the other two guys testified to seeing a man with Katie, but now couldn't identify Riley. So again, they're like back at square one. They really thought that they had this guy.
So they basically tried to do like a lineup with these guys.
Yeah.
It didn't come through.
Didn't match up. So there's not enough evidence to hold him, and he was released again. The city ended up offering like this huge reward, $200 in 1892 money. So I don't know, probably like, that's enough for like a horse and like 4 goats.
Okay, so how much was it? 200 and
1892. Probably like 10,000
in 1892. Let's find out. So that would be like 7,000 almost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like very much.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, I don't know. $7,000. Okay.
I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Right.
sure. Yeah. If I saw something, I would say something.
Yeah. I think there are rewards for even less than that today.
Yeah.
I think people do like $5,000 rewards.
So no new evidence came forward from the reward money. And though the newspapers appeared to have forgotten the case, it didn't stray far from the minds of the people of Wilmington. I mean, a young girl was brutally attacked and killed. So then in June of 1893, a rumor started spreading through the city. People started armchair detectiving, and
Isn't it amazing how things never change?
yeah. The authorities were startled. Like, they were like, we haven't heard no one's come to us with this thing. Though they had never stopped investigating the case, no arrests had been made. So they tracked down the sources of these rumors, and it's in August of 1894, nearly 2 years later, Katie's mother ends up going to the police with evidence she herself had gathered implicating Albert Stout, Katie's former employer. So Katie's mother's like, I got evidence. She came with stacks on stacks and stacks of receipts. And
so the rumor was about this guy then?
Yeah.
The Stout guy? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right before she was murdered, Katie had been a domestic servant living in Stout's home until she left. She left a few months before the murder. She never told her mother her reason for leaving. It was not revealed what evidence Mrs. Dugan had brought the police, but they had been investigating Stout as well and had come to the same conclusion. Albert Stout.
Isn't it scary to think about, like, that was such a common thing for women and, you know, young women as young as, you know, 14, 15, 16,
yes,
to be living as domestic servants in people's homes.
Yes.
And how often, like, how many stories do we not even have any clue about? Because you know that this, like sexual abuse in homes, and I'm not saying that's what, you know, I don't know how your story ends, but like that had to have been so prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
you know, and what could you do? Like, what would your recourse even be?
You had no recourse at that time. No. None. And in fact, you were blamed for it. So,
Right.
Not only.
You probably were asking for it.
Yeah, exactly. So Albert Stout was a 40-year-old businessman with a wife and 3 children. He was prominent and well-connected. He worked at the Charles Warner Company. When police arrested him for murder, he laughed at them, and even after several days in jail, remained unconcerned, unbothered.
Wow.
The Dugan family believed that Stout had continued to see Katie in secret after she left his home. Her sister Lizzie had seen the note and said it was signed Jack, the name that Katie had always used to refer to Stout as. A handwriting expert working for the police examined the note and declared it was written by Albert Stout. The police also had the 4 eyewitnesses who saw Katie with the man the night of the murder actually, like, identify him. They're like, yeah, that was that motherfucker.
I'd have to say as well, like, if someone gets arrested and they're super cavalier about it and they're like really unconcerned about it, to me it's so suspicious. Like that's such a red flag.
Yeah.
Because if you really like have no idea why you would be arrested for this thing, you never did anything, you would be really upset. You'd be like indignant. You know what I mean? And granted, everyone behaves differently, but if you're acting like, if you're laughing, you're acting unconcerned, you're acting really cavalier, to me, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker did something for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Seriously. So the theory that police had was that Stout had been trying to persuade Katie to have an abortion. She refused, saying she intended to expose him as the father of the child. Driven to desperation, Stout murdered Katie to keep her quiet. So they convened a grand jury in September to hear evidence against him. But after reviewing testimony from a dozen witnesses, the jury determined there was not enough evidence to indict him for the murder of Katie Dugan. And Albert Stout left the courtroom a free man. There were no more arrests, and the circumstances of Katie's murder remain a mystery.
Well, that's why he wasn't worried.
Now, I will tell you why I told this story, because it is a fucking common story. It just came across my feed, but I wanted to tell this story because homicide is the leading cause of death among pregnant and postpartum individuals in the United States.
You know what's funny? Not funny, but I am working on my Tainted Love because I have the Tainted Love next week, and I had it down today. I had narrowed it down between 2 stories, and one of them, the one that I decided not to move forward with, but one of them was same thing. Was a modern story.
Yes.
A woman who was in college at the University of Mississippi or Ole Miss, whichever university that is. And same thing. The guy that she was seeing murdered her because she was pregnant.
Too common.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to mince words here. I want to be super fucking clear for anybody listening. That what's happening right now in this country is a war on women.
So scary.
It is a war on women. It was not even 40 years ago that we couldn't open a business without having a man attached to it. It was 50 years ago we couldn't have a fucking credit card. At this point in my life, if there is access to abortion restricted, it could be a death sentence for me. And we got lucky.
And me.
I think it was just the other day that the fucking Supreme Court didn't decide to limit abortion medication, which is the number one thing that people are using these days. But it's not just abortion. It's also
that same day, another state, sorry to cut you out, I'm sorry, but like that same day, another state ruled to criminalize IVF.
Yes.
So it's just like steps are being taken
What in the fuck?
across the spectrum to limit your reproductive rights and your rights to your own body and your own health.
How fucking backward.
It's not just threatening your life in that way of like something that could happen to you. If it as a method of control, and it puts your life in danger for a lot of reasons. Kentucky, and there's another state I think that's still trying to do it. They're coming at it from all angles. They're actually making it now so that child support starts at conception, which gives fetal personhood. It's just another reason for a man to kill a woman who's pregnant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? And
how do you think that's protecting babies?
It's not.
You know what I mean?
It's like controlling women. They're coming after contraception, IVF, abortion. They're coming after no-fault divorce. You want to talk about something that puts women in danger.
Frightening.
Numerous studies confirm that access to legal abortion improves women's economic and social lives, and being denied an abortion creates economic hardship and financial insecurity for women and their children. This is so important right now, and I don't mean to be on the soapbox. I know this is not very funny.
No, I want you to be on the soapbox. It doesn't need to be funny. You're absolutely 100% correct about everything that you're saying. And it's true. It's like this issue, it affects all women. But of course, like the further you go down the oppression spectrum, those people are going to be affected far more, because here's the thing. If a rich person wants an abortion, a rich person is getting an abortion.
That's exactly right.
If a rich fucking senator wants an abortion for their daughter, their daughter is getting an abortion, no matter which side of the political spectrum they land on.
Absolutely.
So that is what it is. The people who are going to be affected the most are poor people. You know, like, and it can keep you locked in a cycle of poverty when you don't have choices.
Right.
That's right.
It should always be your choice, what you want your future to look like and what you want your family to look like, period.
Yep. Locked into an oppressive.
Yeah. And when there's no options for someone that's pregnant and that man doesn't want that woman to be pregnant, it is going to lead to far more homicides and harm against women, period. The end. I mean, there's a million stories I can think of right now. And there's a million more that we don't even know about that aren't even told, you know, for every Lori Peterson or, you know, there's Katie Dugan, who I'd never heard of before.
Right.
So, yeah, I really wanted to tell this story.
Lacey Peterson.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm getting it confused. There's another Lori somebody, but anyways, all that.
I know. I wondered if that was, I got it.
All that to say that look it up. I'm going to put some links in the show notes of, you can take a look at these websites to see what's under attack at your state. You can go to places like Vote Save America that are doing really, really great work to help get people involved, to educate people what's coming up on their ballots in their states, their counties, their local elections. I know everyone's going to get real sick in the next few months, real sick. And it's not a great place to be that this is an election year and there's fucking terrible choices. It really are. But this is people's lives at risk. And there is truly one party out there that has gone off the deep end to try to control women and take us back to before we had rights over our own bodies and before we were able to go out into the world and make that choice to be child free and live the kind of life that we wanted to live. And that makes people very, very unhappy, and they're trying to take your rights away, and you have to register and you have to vote. And that's all I'll say on that.
Yep. I completely agree. Just to add to that as well, it also isn't just about pregnancies. It's also like without having surgery, I can't get a final determination on it, but I have what I believe and what my OBGYN believes to be endometriosis. My life is, I suffer like without access to certain medication, without access to birth control. So the further we go down this road, it's going to impact people all the way fucking down. So if you think it doesn't apply to you because you aren't pregnant, you never want to be pregnant, you're past the point of being able to be pregnant, whatever it is, or it's not something that you would ever want to do, getting an abortion or whatever.
It's not
and
about
so you
you.
think it doesn't, well, it's not about you, but regardless, because people have to put it in these terms sometimes. If you think it doesn't affect you, it does.
Absolutely does.
Because once this starts happening, it just like, it's like fucking dominoes all the way down. And it's going to impact absolutely everything. And it's already, we've seen it time and time again. It's impacted people who've wanted to be pregnant, who want to have kids, who have complications, and it's put lives in danger. Yeah. So it's a huge issue. It's really, really important that we talk about it. And so thank you for bringing it up, Christina.
Yeah. So check the show notes, register to vote, talk to the people in your life, the men in your life, the other women in your life who may not, think like you said, Keegan, that it affects them. It fucking does, man. Because it's a slippery slope. When you start taking rights away from people, I just see it very like Handmaid's Tale. Actually, it's more like Parable of the Sower, but, these days.
Yeah.
But
scary. Very, very scary.
So on that note, what are you guys watching this week?
Well, you go ahead.
I finished watching, finally, I went back and finished watching The Empress. I think I told you guys a couple
Empress
weeks ago
Cece?
It's so good. It's so good. I can't wait for a new season. I'm so ready.
This would be a good time to shout out Queen's podcast.
Oh yeah,
has an episode
about her
on CC. So definitely go check them out. They're wonderful.
Oh, I am rewatching House of the Dragon to get ready for season 2.
Ooh.
I don't remember what happened.
Excited.
Yeah.
I am so excited. A friend of ours, Jill, our friend, bought me a bottle of red wine that was like House of the Dragon wine.
Nice.
But she gave it to me like after the season had ended for last season. And the way this I hope it's because wine is different. And there's like some wine that gets better the longer it sits and some that doesn't. I hope this is the kind of wine that gets better because it has been sitting on my bar for a year because I'm like, I'm not opening it until the next season starts.
Oh no.
I'm so excited.
I'll report back.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear how it tastes.
It's either going to be amazing or it's going to be straight vinegar. There's no middle ground.
No in between.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started Dancing for the Devil. So it's a 3-part series. I've watched the first 2. It is the TikTok dance cult 7M
yes.
documentary.
Wild.
It's good. It's very good. I'll say this. If you have a very specific form of religious trauma, this is gonna... No, I mean, I'm enjoying it, but there are things about it that like, there's language that's being used that is very specific to certain like Christian circles.
Got it.
That you hear it and you're like, I can totally see how that language could be co-opted in a really negative way for a cult environment.
Right.
And so that is, it's a little triggering, right? Because it's like these people are people who are, I mean, every cult, it's like you're searching for connection. Like that's what you're searching for. And then on top of that, they have because it's a church / talent agency.
Yeah.
Oof.
So you have your career also like tied up in it.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. It's sad, but but fascinating.
Anytime I see those things, I wish with all of my heart that I liked video editing, because I'm like, the way that the world would love a fucking like 6-part, 8-part Shadowbox documentary.
Oh,
girl.
You can get somebody who can do that for you.
It would be.
We know enough people.
So fucking
There's
good.
so much archive footage.
That's right. There's so many people to interview. There's so much.
Yeah.
And
I support it.
Dude.
Honestly, it would be good as fuck. Well, one of the people that we know tried to start something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be a difficult thing. I mean, those things take years, but yeah, if I'm putting it out there, if anybody ex Shadow, I'll at least like help you sell the rights. Let me get in on that. Me exec produce that shit.
Right.
I'm gonna call the Safdie brothers. There you go. I'll get them in on it.
Honestly,
well, watch Dancing for the Devil so you can get a good idea of the direction you want to go in. Because I feel like it would be a similar situation, you know.
Truly.
Wow.
Well, if you guys have something that we should watch, if you want to reach out and say hello, if you I don't know, just want to browse around on the website, look at the merch, stuff like that. Maybe we'll make some new stuff here sometime soon. Go to our one-stop shop of a website. It is myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much.
Cheers.